Perfect World International launches its new expansion. The Repopulation is now available on Steam Early Access. 59 years have passed inside of Lord of the Rings Online. All that and more. I'm Zach Sharps, and this is Free to Play Weekly. As we all assumed, confirmed this week, Nexon's MMORPG Tree of Savior will be free to play. This news was confirmed via several fan sites that translated an FAQ on the Korean language Nexon Terms of Service site, which states the game will definitely be free to play. There were other entries on the Q&A as well translated that were dealing with character creation, advancement, and other basics too. But since it's Nexon, the last thing we have to wonder is, will the cash shop for Tree of Savior be paid to win? I guess only time will tell. This week, Conquer Online's Kingdom Guild War testing began to pave the way for the upcoming expansion Kingdom War that will release in 2015. In the upcoming expansion, Conquer Online's 60 servers will be divided into 6 worlds, 10 servers in each, and each server will own a kingdom. With each server having its own kingdom, which makes 10 kingdoms each, there will be plenty of allegiances to be formed and politics to commence. Guilds are free to ally up with other guilds in Kingdom War as well, allowing offensive and defensive forces to form in an effort to expand their own kingdoms. Following each Kingdom War, players will be able to vote for leaders and emperors. Of course, if that leader does good, maybe he or she will be elected once again after the next Kingdom War, or someone new will take their place. What we do know is Conquer Online will release this expansion sometime in early 2015 if everything goes alright, and what I'm wondering is, since Conquer Online is relatively old, will you guys be playing it? Leave a comment down below. Years they have said the Repopulation is coming. Years they said it would be the next great sandbox MMO for us all to be excited about, but never did anything come from it until now. Above and Beyond Technologies have officially launched their sci-fi sandbox player-driven world of the Repopulation on Steam Early Access, and in order to get into what's being called Late Alpha, the cost will be $33.99, which is the current sale price that lasts until December 29th. The normal cost, however, is $39.99. Buying the game during Early Access will grant you the chance to buy a lifetime membership once the game officially launches, which is really an interesting offer considering the game's plan is to be free to play at launch, along with a tiered membership that is planned to be revealed in full soon. If you've been looking forward to the next Star Wars Galaxies type game, then you might want to be on the lookout for the sci-fi MMO The Repopulation, and personally it has me interested as well because I absolutely love sandbox MMOs. Are you still interested though in The Repopulation after the many years of waiting? Leave us a comment down below. From launch until now, we have found out that players of Turbine's Lord of the Rings Online have experienced 2,799 days of day-night cycles. That is approximately 59.3 years of in-game time taking place, which is pretty incredible considering how many disregarded LOTRO at launch as a World of Warcraft clone. What's really interesting though is that the 59.3 year statistic stems from the day-night cycle, not current events partaking in the game's storyline. If you were to count for the game's storyline, we would only see about 172 days passed in the game. With Lord of the Rings Online branching out eventually and creating its own style of theme park, also going free to play, to separate itself from the competition, its old failures still loom in the minds of gamers who once ventured forth in Middle-earth. This brings me to this week's Question of the Week. Last week we asked whether or not with the growing amount of Founders Packs being sold, is it a good or bad trend in the industry? A user by the name of Noble Nerd stated the following: Founders Packs are becoming common and in many cases are nothing more than a cash grab, but we live in the day of gaming companies looking for alternative methods of gaining funding in order to make their games. What I would like to see in these Founders Packs is an actual incentive for funding their game, because that's what the player is doing, taking the place of large-scale funding companies. When a funding company releases money to develop a game game, they become part of that company's success and or failure with the potential to receive compensation for its successes. So far, I've not seen this type of reward in any Founders Pack. Thanks for your response, Noble Nerd, and if you would like to see your answer featured in next week's episode, make sure to leave a comment down below. This week's question of the week is, with many MMOs being released all the time, all of which lately seem to have very little imagination in terms of mechanics, features, etc., what would your ideal MMORPG be like? This is a very broad question, I know, but what I'm looking for is the features it would have, what art style would have, progression types, etc. And keep in mind, in order for me to possibly feature your comment in next week's episode, try not to write a novel, but regardless if you write a lot or not, I will always read the comments and am interested in what you guys have to say. So get those creative juices flowing. This week, IGN Entertainment announced a big update for their space shooter Star Conflict. During the second wave of the invasion that will be underway in January, there will be a new cyborg invasion, a new dreadnought ship class, new challenges for sector conquest, as well as new esports opportunities. If you'd rather hop into the game right now, you could participate in alien spaceship battles that require 12 players to take down one spaceship, and they're 50% off all items in the game store sale. There are more details in their press release, so for the finer touches that will be also included in the January update, make sure to check out their official website. Joining the ranks of MMORPGs with expansions launching Q4 of this year, Perfect World International's Eclipse expansion is now live. With a new race, 2 new classes, a revamped skill system, optimized dailies, and more, a lot of content has been added to this fantasy MMORPG developed by Perfect World. They also tossed in a new starter zone, as well as new endgame content for players to partake in. If you've been out of the loop for quite some time and fear that if you hop in the game now, it will take you a while to hit the newer content, until January 17th, all players can boost one character to level 95. However, this boost cannot be applied to the new Stormbringer or Duskblade class, so you'll have to stick with the pre-Eclipse classes for the boost. Being that there is a free boost, I'll probably hop into Perfect World International once again, if anything, just to check out the game since it's been a while. But will you guys be hopping into this expansion? Leave a comment down below, and also, I kinda want a little bit of mini reviews as well, because I'm gonna be hopping into it and I want to hear your guys' take on whether or not Perfect World International is a good game at its current state. Well guys, that is it for this week's news. I hope you guys all had fun during the holidays and enjoy yourself during New Year's coming up. But signing off for the last free-to-play weekly of this year, my name is Zach Sharps, and I will catch you guys next time.